You see, what a lot of us readily call selflessness, or just being a good person, is actually often quietly destroying our happiness. It's a fascinating and honestly pretty stark realization. So we're going to unpack exactly why this happens, where it comes from, and how you can recognize it in yourself.
Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever said yes when literally every single part of you desperately wanted to say no? Maybe you agreed to help a friend move on your only day off for the entire month, or you took on extra work from a coworker just to, keep the peace at the office. You're the one who always listens, always helps, and never complains. But the stark reality of constantly being the nice one is that you might be carrying these heavy emotional burdens that were just never yours to begin with. You smile even when you're secretly hurting.
Section 1. The Mask of Kindness. Now, people-pleasing isn't just about being a friendly person. Psychologically speaking, it's actually a learned survival strategy. It's this deeply conditioned response designed specifically to avoid rejection, conflict, or disappointment. So what we're talking about here isn't genuine kindness at all. It's really just fear wearing a mask. It's a coping mechanism where your own self-worth becomes completely tied to how useful or how agreeable you are to other people. The difference between the two is profound. Genuine kindness is completely free from the fear of judgment. You give your time and your energy because you genuinely want to give it. But people-pleasing, that is entirely driven by the fear of disappointing someone or losing their approval. And the really tricky part here is the neuroscience of it all. Every single time you get approval for saying yes, your brain gets a little hit of dopamine. It reinforces this cycle, making it an incredibly difficult pattern to break, simply because your brain literally associates self-sacrifice with safety.
Section 2, where the habit begins.
Tracing this back, well, nobody is born unable to say no. In a lot of cases, this pattern starts all the way back in childhood. Maybe love, attention, or emotional safety felt conditional to you in those early years. You were praised only when you behaved perfectly, got the best grades, or kept the peace during a tense family argument. Because of that, your brain adapts. It quietly concludes that making other people happy is the absolute safest way to feel accepted. Slowly, this forms an automatic habit. And finally, it cements itself as your actual identity. A childhood need for emotional safety slowly mutates into this automatic, exhausting adult identity.
And this brilliantly illustrates a dangerous trap we fall into. What began as a survival strategy eventually became a habit, and that habit became part of your identity. This explains exactly why saying yes feels so automatic for you, even when you are completely overwhelmed. It's why you reflexively apologize when someone else bumps into you at the grocery store. It's why you just nod along and agree with opinions you don't even truly share, just to avoid causing a stir. It's not a conscious choice anymore, it's a reflex.
Section 3. The Silent, Hidden Cost.
Now, there's a realization we all need to internalize here. The greatest damage isn't caused by saying yes to everyone else. The real damage is the silent no you keep saying to yourself every single day. At first, people-pleasing seems totally harmless. You earn a great reputation as reliable and easygoing. But every single time you ignore your own needs to satisfy someone else's, you're sending your brain a very clear, very dangerous message that your feelings simply do not matter as much as everyone else's.
When we break down these hidden costs, what we see is profound emotional exhaustion, even when you appear totally calm and collected on the outside. We see a loss of identity because eventually you just stop asking yourself what you actually want out of life. Then there's the growing, quiet resentment and the invisible stress. But notice that last point, attracting manipulative people. This is absolutely critical. Manipulators, like that coworker who always asks for just one more favor, they easily recognize and take full advantage of someone who rarely sets boundaries. To them, a people pleaser is just an unlimited resource.
You may be surrounded by people, yet deeply lonely, because very few know the real you. Think about the deeply painful irony of that for a second. You are sacrificing your energy, your time, and your desires just to be accepted, but doing so actually makes you feel completely invisible. The people around you don't know the real you. They just know this highly curated version of you that always agrees, always helps, and never ever complains.
Section 4. Setting healthy boundaries. So the crucial point is, to find a way out of this, we have to completely shatter a very common illusion. The myth is that setting boundaries will destroy your relationships and push everyone you love away. But the reality? Boundaries reveal who genuinely respects you. Healthy boundaries do not destroy meaningful relationships. Instead, they show you which connections were built on actual mutual respect and which ones only survived because you kept constantly sacrificing yourself to keep them afloat.
So how do we practically do this? Well, here are 3 empowering steps you can start using right now. Step 1. Pause before automatically saying yes. That tiny, deliberate moment of silence is incredibly powerful in retraining your brain's automatic response. You don't actually have to answer right away. Step 2. Ask yourself, do I truly want to do this, or am I just afraid of disappointing someone? And step 3. Embrace the discomfort as a sign of growth. It is going to feel uncomfortable at first because your mind has learned to associate boundaries with rejection. But that discomfort isn't proof you're doing something wrong, it's proof you are finally growing.
Section 5. Redefining true kindness. It's vital to remember that healing from people-pleasing doesn't mean you have to suddenly become cold, selfish, or uncaring. Not at all. It simply means understanding that your own needs deserve the exact same respect you so freely give to everyone else. The people who genuinely care about you, they won't abandon you when you start valuing your own time. In fact, healthy relationships become so much stronger when they're actually built on honesty rather than your silent, invisible sacrifice. Ultimately, kindness isn't measured by how much of yourself you give away. Real kindness is holistic. It has to include treating yourself with the exact same compassion, grace, and understanding that you constantly offer to others. Look, if you're incredibly kind and accommodating to absolutely everyone in the room except yourself, you aren't actually practicing true kindness. You're just practicing self-abandonment.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this thought. Are you kind because it reflects who you truly are, or because you're afraid of who people might think you are if you finally said no? Take a deep breath and really think about that. Your honest answer might reveal more about your life than you ever expected, and it might just be the very first step to finding your true self again. Thank you so much for joining me, and as always, keep learning.